Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and I'm going to be reading for us for Sunday, September 20th, 2020, 9/20/2020, and opening to getting our consciousness in truth, in alignment with divine laws. What is it that we need to know? Get us going in an organic, harmonious way. Okay. And then, let's see, for the theme in the middle of the day, and then later in the afternoon, and into the evening. Okay. So we have the Chariot, we have the Seven of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So the theme for the day with the Six of Pentacles here, it's about giving and receiving, and knowing that giving and receiving is the same energy. It just happens at different times. Sometimes we're on the giving end and sometimes we're on the receiving end. But it's all the same energy, and that's something really beautiful to meditate on, to feel into how happy it makes you to be able to give, and then how loved you feel when someone else is giving to you as well. And that same force of love, the forces of love is something, well, it's who we are deep inside. So it helps us feel who we truly are. So that's the theme for the day. I love that. This may play out in actual forms of money, where someone is loaning you money or giving you money, gifting you money, or maybe that you're doing the same thing as well. It could be a pay it forward type of day. And if it doesn't have to do with money, then it's at the least, some resources or some information or some practical way of helping out. That's really beautiful. Now with the seven, the Chariot, the seven of major arcana here, this could be a day where there's some traveling that happens. At the least, if it's not traveling, or it could be both, of course, where you're traveling, but you're also working to stay focused going forward in the direction that you want to go, and trying to do your best to stay out of duality, of feeling like, it's either this way or that way, and knowing that the middle way is the right way, where it can be both, and where we can move forward in life with the unification of the forces of who we are inside, and see that in the entire, world as we move through, wherever we're going. Now, on another funny level, funny note, whenever I get this card, it's a reminder to be careful driving. There might be some crazy people on the road, and to not, get caught up in that, to just kind of stay back and, no speeding kind of thing. It can also be that there's more cops on the highway. So sometimes it's that, just on the practical level. But on the spiritual level, this has to do with moving forward from your inner being, where you're already one with all the abundance in the universe, where your consciousness is already aligned, in the most beautiful way to get you where you want to go, and to help you join with others. It's really beautiful because it comes after, the six, which is the Lovers. And with the Lovers card, we join voices. That's funny. We join forces. We join forces with either a lover or a partnership. It can be a business partnership. We don't always join forces. There's a choice to do that. I guess that's why I keep getting the ois in there. It's about choice. The Lovers card brings in the opportunity to choose. So once you've chosen, then it takes you on a certain direction. You're in a certain trajectory once you do join forces. So it helps you to to know whether or not you're going in the right direction or not. And then, of course, because the Strength card comes after the Chariot, you'll find out soon enough if you're going in the right direction, because either the relationship or the partnership will bring you a piece of inner peace in your body, an inner peace of knowing that you made the right choice and there's more strength in your life, and you provide strength in another's life. Or if it's an organization, then the organization grows because of the partnership. So it could be something like that. But coupled here with the Seven of Swords, this is one of those cards where the combo together has to do, and this is mostly just for the morning and starting the day. So this could be, if you are driving or you're on a trip, be careful to keep your car locked up when you're not in it. If you do travel, be careful not to leave something behind in the hotel or wherever you're staying, because, the Seven of Swords is sometimes, you've got 5 swords with you, but you leave 2 behind and you forgot something and you have to go back, which could be, coupled with this here. It's like, oh, she left something behind, or he left something behind. I'm going to hold on to it and give it back to them. On a very practical level, that could be the message here. But on a more spiritual level, this has to do with knowing that if you're in alignment with divine law, with spiritual law, with universal law, you're in alignment with the forces of love. It's all, one and the same. And from that place, you don't have to worry about things, not going right, because you'll eventually find the right way. You'll eventually be shown. You'll eventually be shown the light, the right direction. And even though there can be shadows behind, and even though maybe this is more of a nighttime card, so traveling at night, could be what this is about. There is the element of caution with this card. But it's also a card of decisions, because most of the sevens have to do with decisions. The sixes kind of bring in choices and communication and community and joining together and, in relationship. And then the sevens bring in decisions. So that, you guys will have to let me know. Drop a message in the, comment, leave a comment and let me know how the day turned out for you. But I would just say, just be careful traveling, and be careful not to leave something, double check if you do have to stay in a hotel before you leave. And keep your cars locked up. Kind of, be a little bit wary there. And then again, on the spiritual level, just know that, nobody really gets away with anything, even if somebody does steal something from you. And sometimes it's just something little that you can just let go. Sometimes this can be about words. There can be a little bit of, like if somebody got away with saying, something that wasn't true, it can look like that's what happens, but actually the truth always comes out in the end. And this is I'm coupled here with the Nine of Swords. If this is a travel day, it might be a little challenging to sleep that night. If you're in a place away from home, especially. But coupled with the Four of Pentacles, you'll learn about stronger boundaries. You'll learn about what you really need, as far as, like if you are traveling and you get a hotel right on the road and it's too noisy, you won't do it again. You'll learn from it. But so towards the evening, you're probably going to have to be very gentle with yourself. And if something challenging did happen in the morning, just let it go. Just do your best to let it go, because I don't see anything here that gives me the guidance that there's anything that, is your fault or anybody's fault in this. It's just that sometimes life is just not perfect. And our lesson is to not take it personally. Many days, of course, life isn't perfect. But that doesn't mean that you're not already perfect and whole and beautiful and sound and wonderful just the way you are. So there's no need to regret. No matter what happens earlier in the morning, there's no need to regret. And this, of course, won't be true for everyone. Not everyone's going to be traveling, and not everyone's going to be having, a challenging morning. But just remember this theme. It has to do with, giving and receiving. And this could be looked as like, quite a bit of a karmic card, like maybe there's some regret over something you did in the past and you're having trouble letting it go. And the decision needs to be to actually let it go and get yourself out of that place. Because the Eight of Swords follows the 7, and in the 8, we're in a place of restriction and really needing to trust our intuition and our feelings and to let it go in order to free ourselves. So if something from the past comes up as you're, sometimes when you are on a road trip or you're just driving, you think of things from the past. Your mind is a little bit of spare time, or you have to, you can be quiet with yourself and things come up. So if that happens, this is the guidance, is to just let it go, knowing that nothing on earth is perfect, and you don't need to take it to sleep with you. You can definitely free yourself up, and that can be the strong, healthy boundary. Like when this is straight up, she has really strong, healthy boundaries. She knows what's hers, and she doesn't need to allow, we don't need to allow things inside of us that, we don't need to allow negativity to enter, especially as we're trying to go to sleep. We can just take some deep breaths and we can let go and then move forward with a stronger boundary. Now, because it did come through in the reverse position, this could be the lesson, is that what is mine and what is theirs, especially with the Six of Pentacles here. What is truly mine? What should I own? And what is my part in any of this? And if you do find something from the past, then it's okay. Just forgive yourself and let it go, because with spiritual law, there's no need for any kind of punishment. There really isn't. If you can forgive yourself, if you can truly, truly forgive yourself. And for me, I found that the only way I could forgive myself is if I knew I would never do it again. If you've done something wrong in the past, or it felt wrong, or you knew that it was less than loving in some way, of course, we hurt ourselves to the same degree that we hurt others. And if that happens, once we get the lesson, once we're completely conscious and aware of what has happened, then and you're not going to do it again, there's no reason to hold on to it. And of course you can forgive yourself. And then once you do that, the energy is free and clear. And then there is, that healthy boundary around you. It's literally around your body once you get through that. So let me use the Spirit Animal Oracle and see what else we can get about that, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging. These cards are a little challenging, even though 4 of them were upright. They aren't the best cards, are they? That's okay. Sometimes that's just, we have those days. But they're just as beautiful, because working through our beautiful problems and going through that process brings us into more love and more light, more abundance. Okay, so what do we need to know? Okay. So, oh yeah, the deer, of course. Oh, I love that. And the doggy, yay. And the bobcat. So boy, did these cards go together well with the 5 that we had before. So So with the deer, I don't know if you can read this, but I'll just read it to you. Bring a gentle touch. And yes, deer medicine and animal medicine is all about gentleness. So this, again, is about being really gentle with yourself and very forgiving. And then the doggy comes in to say, be loyal to what you love. Ah, yeah. I like that. That's a beautiful message. And Bobcat is that life is a mystery. So there you go. There's that place where you can't know you can't know the reason. We often can't know what's going to happen, of course. And if we did know, we would be bored with life if we knew everything that was going to happen. You can imagine. But we can't know always what the reason for the past is. So don't, with that, remember that Nine of Swords that was here. Don't drive yourself nuts overthinking about, don't let any anxiety grab a hold of you and keep you thinking about things that you don't have any control over. Just go for the love and be very gentle with yourself. And just know that many things in life are just a mystery. That's really beautiful. Okay, well, that's it for today. You guys take good care. Okay, bye.